Fix the pillow real quick. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having an amazing day. This is a breaking news story about the Hawaii missiles threat that was a huge deal a few weeks ago, and there has been a complete story change from what they originally told us. So I wanted to talk about it and talk about how ridiculous this type of misinformation and lying is from the mainstream media. But if you tune in normally, you already know this. The media is lying about almost everything. It's hard for people to understand, but maybe this story will help people further understand how ridiculously easy it is to lie and mislead people and how often they sadly do it. So let's wait about 30 seconds for everyone to get into the live stream. What's up, Tony? What's up, Vance? What's up, Anthony? Appreciate you guys coming out. As always, you can follow me on Instagram at DreamRare, DreamRare. That's also the name of my online shop, dreamrare.com. I have shirts and hats. Legendary Energy is my Twitter, at Legendary Energy. My website is legendary.vision, and as always, I'm going to put my email list below and other links that if you would like to support. Let's wait about 10 seconds for people to come in. This is a breaking story. It's on every single mainstream media news source now, and it's a pretty big deal. So I really do want to just wait a few more minutes for people to come in, and I'm recording a new episode of Rare Talk Podcast today. Very, very excited. I get to go in with a hip-hop legend of Binary Star. If anybody knows of that hip-hop group, very, very cool. So, now that there's more people in, you remember the missile threat that happened in Hawaii? I called it out from the very beginning that it was very suspicious because what happened was in Hawaii, they got an Amber Alert style message on everybody's cell phone, and it said, there's an incoming missile threat, like, I don't know, run or whatever, or hide, or just, I don't even know if it said run or hide. It just said there's an incoming missile threat. So they scared the whole, all of the islands of Hawaii, the whole state of Hawaii. They made them believe via phone text alert that there was an incoming missile. That's a disgusting, disturbing thing to do somebody. Everybody on the island of Hawaii basically thought they could possibly die any moment. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. It's a horrible mistake. I call it a mistake in parentheses because just wait till you hear about this story. It's pathetic. So what happens, the news comes out and they said, oh, it was a mistake. The employee hit the wrong button, and then they even showed like pictures of it. They're like, do you want to send an alert for a missile? Do you want to test it? And they're like, oh, they just had a drop down menu and they just hit the wrong button. It's a mistake that anyone could make. But then not even 24 hours passed, and there's Democratic politicians like the Congresswoman of Tulsi Gabbard, Congresswoman of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard, they're blaming President Donald Trump for the fact that the missile went off. So I was like, something's sketchy here. First off, before I even get into the news story, which completely changes everything that they originally told us, they first off said, oh, it was a mistake. Somebody just hit the wrong button on the computer. Anyone could have done it and send out a live missile threat to everybody's cell phone. But it took about 40 minutes. They were saying up to 40 minutes it took to correct the story of, oh, it's not a real threat, we made a mistake. 40 minutes? It's BS. Here's the breaking story. You guys ready? Hawaii employee who issued false missile alert thought it was a real emergency. So they lied to us the past 2 weeks, and they used those lies to blame it on the president. These people are disgusting, pathetic criminals. They're nothing short of criminals. When you threaten millions of people's lives like that, you're a disgusting roach. You are a cockroach on American society and the world. How can they go from saying that it was the employee did it by a mistake, and even all the mainstream media, they're like, here's how they made the mistake. It was a drop-down menu and he pressed the wrong button. The Hawaii employee who issued the ballistic missile alert to residents, causing mass panic for nearly 40 minutes earlier this month, intentionally sent the message thinking that the island was being attacked, the FCC said Tuesday, in a stunning reversal after officials had insisted the alert was the result of a mistaken keystroke. So the FCC, which is now not so much controlled by the deep state, aka the Trump haters who literally lie about everything. They lie to everybody on the media, and I tell everyone all the time, I don't care if you don't like President Trump. I get why you wouldn't like him. He's definitely arrogant. He's like, kind of like a douchey guy with a lot of money. I get it. I get why you wouldn't like him, but that doesn't mean you're getting the truth from the news. If you don't like Trump, figure out what he's actually doing and have a real point. But you talk to people who hate Trump and they're like, oh, the Hawaii missile thing and the taxes are bad and he's doing this. It's like the news is brainwashing people with lies every single day. And I hope this story can open people's perception to how bad they can lie to you. And the FCC is not anti-Trump haters. Ajit Pai is a conservative, and I don't care if you're a conservative or a Democrat. I just care that you tell the truth. So they investigated, and what do you know? They found out the complete opposite of what the mainstream media said originally. This is not a mistake. I'm sorry. I am not at all going to accept this as, oh, they might have just made a mistake. They lied to you. Everybody in Hawaii should be furious. Not with the president of the United States, who had nothing to do with this, with the officials in Hawaii and the media who lied to you about this. That, first of all, what's the truth now? We don't know what the truth is. Was there really a missile alert? Was it not? Was it a mistake? Was it not? Clearly, they're not telling you the truth. For 2 weeks, there's no way that you could possibly make this stuff up. They're even showing you diagrams, and they try to make you believe that the way that they send out an Amber Alert style message to everyone's phone is a drop down menu. Like they don't have a bigger precaution for a huge missile alert. Like it's like 1 or 2 and you click the wrong one and then it sends off. And it already says, even in this article, that that's not even true. So, CNN and all these, all of the mainstream news sources, they gave you that little diagram to show you what they clicked on the computer. That wasn't even true. Because they said, hold on, I'm going to get to it. But they said that there's a button that says, are you sure that you really want to do this? So there are precautions, of course. I mean, you have to be a moron to believe that something that serious, that they would just have a one button press and you press the wrong button and the whole state goes into shock. Of course they had, preliminaries like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure you want to do this? They lied about everything. So apparently the story now that is saying that in a written statement, the employee who was not identified, of course, they can't identify themselves. Once again, every story that the media tells is always like, an anonymous, unnamed source. We don't know who it is because we made the story up ourselves. Who was not identified, said he believed that there was a real emergency on January 13th after hearing a recording stated, this is not a drill. But the employee did not hear the first half of the message stated, exercise, exercise, exercise. The FCC said in its preliminary report Tuesday. Though the recording also ended with exercise message, the officer did not hear it. You have to understand, there is no way that the media could have made a mistake. There is no way. The story that they told was he hit a button by mistake. They didn't even check or ask about it. They just drilled it into your head. Oh, he made a mistake. He pressed the wrong button. 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 It's what Nazi Germany did. Oh, lie, 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 lie. You lie enough times, it eventually becomes the truth. They know that. Of course they know that. That's why they do it all the time. And you walk around and everyone's like a bunch of zombies repeating a bunch of fake stuff that doesn't exist. So that never happened. The employee thought there was a threat. He purposely hit the button. And there are safeguards, so they lied about everything. If I've been in Hawaii. I've been there. I don't live there. But I would be furious if I'm a citizen of Hawaii, if I live in Hawaii, just a citizen of America. I would be furious that not only they sent everybody into shock, but they left everybody into shock for 40 minutes. Clearly they're lying because it doesn't take 40 minutes to figure out if it's real or not. And then they told you the completely wrong story for 2 weeks. And the complete opposite is true. Do you notice a pattern? The media tells people stuff. The whole world believes it. Any half-decent person with half a brain does a little bit of investigation on it and realizes the exact opposite of what they told you was true. This happens all the time. Another way that they did it recently, they've been trying to start this weird war with Russia. I've talked about it a million times. President Trump wanted to defeat terrorist organizations. Hillary Clinton wanted to fund terrorist organizations and kill the leader of Syria like she killed the leader of Libya and start a war with Russia. I mean, Trump wants to defeat terrorist groups. Hillary wanted to start a war. Trump won the presidency. He did what he said he was going to do. So now the news, kind of like they lied to you about Hawaii, they just lie to people to try to get their war started with Russia. They have Morgan Freeman saying, we're at war with Russia. People messaging me on Instagram like, how do you support Trump, man? He's blocking sanctions from Russia. It's because he doesn't want to start a war with Russia. You shouldn't want to start a war with Russia. That's how dumb people are. They can lie to you to make liberal Democrats, like I thought I was a year ago or 2 years ago, they lie to you so much that they can literally convince you to do anything. They could convince you to walk off a cliff. They could convince you that starting a war with Russia is a good idea. And, like, that's how powerful the media is. They can corner people. They're trying to corner the president now to make him do certain things. They've already made this whole fake narrative around it, so they're basically trying to force him to start a war with Russia. And then you have a bunch of mindless zombies like, oh, how come you won't push the sanctions? It's because he doesn't want to start the war. But they make all these fake narratives up. So then they could be like, oh, if he doesn't start a war with Russia, then he's working with Russia. You got to start a war with them. I mean, this stuff is pathetic. They're lying about everything. They're lying about immigration. They're lying about the refugee crisis. Everything the media says is a lie. I don't care if people don't like the president. I mean, they lie so much. They send a fake ballistic missile threat out to Hawaii. They lie about it to the public. They literally say, oh, they pressed the wrong button. Today we find out they purposely pressed the button. Just like I said a week ago. I said it wasn't a mistake. I know that. How do I know? Because they lie all the time. It's obvious. And then they used the fact that they pushed a button, lied about pushing the button, and then they make the story, oh, it's Trump scares me with North Korea. It's his fault. These people are pathetic. Cowards, criminals, vermin, roaches. I mean, who else does that? They press their own button, they lie about it to the public, and then use that to blame someone else. I mean, wake the F up already. This is pathetic. And if you don't wake up, they can do anything. They could do fake missile alerts. They can literally shoot up an entire country concert in Las Vegas. No one even cares about it. The biggest mass shooting in history, they lied about that whole thing too. Now there's reports coming out that he was working with terrorist organizations and there's multiple people under investigation. Of course. I mean, you have to be an idiot to think that one 65-year-old guy carried out that mass shooting with 65 guns in 2 different windows. I mean, how stupid do you have to be? But how did they close that up? Because they get the left to be like, oh, it was a white guy. It's like, who? Oh, yeah, it was. Who cares? Why did he do it, though? It's like, oh, he's a white guy, and I'm a liberal, and I'm a progressive, and he's a white guy doing mass shootings, and it's white people doing all the mass shootings, and I don't care why he did it. Just let everyone get shot because it's white people. I mean, this is how pathetic they make people. They can lie about anything. Mass shootings, lie. Missile threat, lie. President, lie. Every day, lie. Russia, lie. Bernie Sanders, lie. Donald Trump, lie. All they do is lie, literally. It's not a joke. It's that easy because people are that stupid. And it's frustrating because I have friends in Hawaii who shouldn't have to fear for their life because pathetic cockroaches press a button, use the media to lie. Oh, they just hit it's like playing Minesweeper. You just press the wrong one and the game's over. I mean, you really think that's how a missile alert? Of course it didn't. The employee, breaking news, purposely hit the button just like we all knew. I said it 2 weeks ago. Of course they purposely hit the button. How do you know? Because they hit a button and then they find a way to blame the president for it. I mean, how stupid do you have to be? I don't care if you don't like the president. Just stop making up fairy tales. Just because I don't like Hillary Clinton, I don't say she stole ice cream from my refrigerator, and I don't say that she like, oh my God, Hillary planted a bomb on Mars. Well, why do you believe that? Well, I don't like Hillary Clinton, and Fox News told me she put a bomb on Mars, so I believe it. I mean, how stupid are people? It's getting pathetic. My patience is running very thin for you brainwashed morons. I don't care if you don't like President Trump. You don't have to. But use your brain. What's the point of having a brain if you're not going to use it? Just give it to Elon Musk. He's trying to plant computer chips in brains anyway with his new company Neuralink. Just take your brain out and hand it to Elon Musk. You're not using it. I don't care if you don't like the president. But just because you don't like the president doesn't mean you have to walk around repeating a bunch of fake things. You're the problem. That's why people get away with all this stuff, because you're in fairy tale land thinking Russia hacked the election. We need to start a war with Russia. Anything short of a war with Russia and funding terrorist groups is like, oh my God, prosperity to the people. Oh my God, we need to give all our taxes to a government that funds terrorists or I'm going to get upset. It's pathetic. You had your fun. China's cloning monkeys and you're sitting here repeating fake news. You might as well just watch Nick at Night. Just watch Nickelodeon, watch SpongeBob, and then repeat SpongeBob and pretend like that's U.S. politics, because that's what watching these news networks are and believing these fake news. They are lying about everything. And the anti-Trump crowd will believe anything. It's pathetic. Pathetic. So, once again, the bombshell story is Hawaii employee who issued the missile alert purposely did it, just like I said a week ago, because it's obvious. He didn't just hit a fake button. So if they could lie to you about that, if they could make you wait 40 minutes while families are cowering, thinking that they're going to be hit with a ballistic missile any minute, and they leave you hanging for 40 minutes, what else can they do? Spoiler alert, a lot. Another spoiler alert, they're doing a lot. They're lying every single day. I mean, how dumb do you have to be? It's like embarrassing at this point. I understand during the election why you wouldn't vote for Trump. I get it. I didn't even do it either. I was like, California doesn't matter. You know, I'm not feeling the guy. I get it. I get how you would not like Trump. I get that you still would not like Trump. But there is no excuse for being this stupid. For being this stupid, there's no excuse. There's literally no excuse. I mean, it could not be more blatantly obvious. Check out the State of the Union. Somebody called in. Check out the State of the Union. Actually listen and watch him talk, because I guarantee you he's going to tell more truth in the State of the Union than CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News, and all the other news sites have told in the last 8 years. He's going to keep it realer than they have. Listen to what he says. Don't listen to what low-energy crap journalists think. Oh, this is what I think about what he says. No one cares what you think about what he says, because you're a low-energy crap journalist. If you were more ambitious, you'd be the president of the United States or be doing something positive. But instead, you sit behind your computer and you hate on everybody all day. So we don't care what you think about what the president says. I want to see what he says for himself. Also, check out the video I did earlier. I released it at like 3 a.m. this morning. It's talking about the fact that the news lied, spoiler alert, once again, about the shithole countries comment. It never happened. They have no proof. They don't have any sources, and they can't even tell you that the people that are their anonymous sources, they won't even tell you that they were actually in the meeting, because they weren't actually in the meeting, because they lie about everything, and everybody just repeats it. You got even rappers talking about, oh, he said shithole countries. No, he didn't. And if he did, he would probably say it because he doesn't care. He went on Piers Morgan in England and he said, I don't care. I don't care. What do you say to people who don't? He said, I don't care. He doesn't care. We don't care. We don't care that you're brainwashed. President Trump doesn't care that you're brainwashed. If he said it, he would say he said it. They lied to you about that. Twitter's lying to you every day. Google's lying to you every day. Facebook's lying to you every day. The news is lying to you every day. It's one big circle jerk of lies. And why do you think President Trump's in office? It's not because everyone's racist, sexist, and xenophobic. It's because people who voted for a black president for 2 different terms found out that the news was lying. We know the news is lying. We know Facebook's lying. We know Twitter's lying. We know Google's lying. You don't have to be a Republican or conservative, but you also don't have to be a complete mind-controlled moron. Retake the Democratic Party. Take back liberalism from these frauds and these cowards and these criminals who have hijacked your party, who have hijacked your ideology and your political values. They've been stolen. There's nothing liberal about the modern day Democrats. They're the opposite of liberal. They are the opposite of Democrat. They are complete frauds, and the only thing stopping them is the fact that people hate Trump so much and they're so stupid that they'll literally believe anything. Anything. The whole narrative that they've pushed to anti-Trump people is a complete lie. The only people who semi-understand that are like the Bernie Sanders progressives, which I give them credit. I don't agree with policies and I don't like socialism, but at least they're not mind-controlled zombies who pay attention. Oh my God, Russia's hacking my life. Twitter's lying to you. Google's lying to you. I don't think Mark Zuckerberg's really lying that much. He tried to tell the truth and they attacked him. They're like, Mark Zuckerberg won't spread fake news. And Mark Zuckerberg's like, leave me alone, bro. I'm Mark Zuckerberg, bitch. It's today's live stream. I think that's enough on that note. Much love. Have a good day. I'm going to put my links below. Please check out the video I dropped. Just scroll down a little bit. Just talking about all this stuff. And, I mean, don't let them get away with this. I mean, I'm furious because I love Hawaii. And the fact that they lied to us for 2 weeks. Lied to us. I hope the FCC investigates more. Investigate Las Vegas FCC. Within 2 weeks, they'll probably be like, oh my God, there were multiple shooters and multiple people involved. I mean, duh. This stuff is ridiculous. I mean, I wish I was surprised, but why would I be? I mean, it's every day. Thank you guys so much. New Rare Talk podcast today. Check out my Instagram at Dream Rare. My Twitter is Legendary Energy. My website with all my other links is legendary.vision. Just like that. Just leave it there. I mean, this stuff is bananas.